But Noli, do you have anything to add to that so far as jurisprudence best practices or legal practices in the Philippines as to it should be the courts that should find the facts, not the fiscal or any investigator for that matter? The Secretary of Justice is acting also as an investigator here and then finding the facts. It becomes a fact finder instead of the courts.
Well, actually, he has to look for the probable cause as required by the Bill of Rights. So the fiscal, the prosecutor, which is whose finding may be appealed to the Secretary of Justice, can really conduct an investigation to see if there is a probable cause that the crime has been committed by the suspects. But in this case, what is suspicious is that it was hurriedly done and there was not much deliberations done publicly, because the Constitution requires public investigation or public trial if it's already in the court, and the same rule applies to preliminary investigations conducted by the prosecutors and by the Secretary of Justice. The feeling is that it was done in secret in the middle of the night, and the following morning the whole nation just that the two suspects were released without much study.
You see, what is more shocking here is whether or not they're, but there is this coincidence that the release happened just after the younger Ampatuans, Saldi Ampatuan, transferred to the jail in Bikutan, and almost immediately after that, he was allowed to a press conference. Can you imagine a suspect pointed out by witnesses in the murder of 57 people, including 31 journalists. Many of them were women also. Imagine this Mr. Ampatuan Jr. being allowed to hold a press conference inside the jail, which led to the dismissal of the warden. But what happened? Where is the responsibility of the police? Up to the warden only? See, that is what appears to be really shocking.
In our thought process, in a little above the phrase, so to speak, could it that Secretary Agra would be charged with dereliction of duty? Noli?
I don't think so, because dereliction means lack of intention. Here, the release of the two Ampatuans were done intentionally and maliciously, meaning the meaning of malicious is that it was criminally intentional.
So it's not a negligence.
Yes, so it's not negligence. It's enough. So probably he can be held liable there by the next administration.
Okay, I think in closing in this week's edition, actually right now as we speak here, Secretary of Justice Agra's action is mentioned as part of a pattern in a blog called Periscope by PT-2, who is a Filipino-American in California. And I will let doctors lead you to specifics on this breaking scoop right under our nose.
But the best I could do is do it the way newspaper people or journalists do it. Make it simple, you know, the KISS principle, keep it simple, stupid, you know, and tell you, number one, what it amounts to, or what this blog of PT-2 says is, there is a question as to the ownership of the sworn, the automated election counting. in the Philippines for the May 10 elections. What he's saying is he stumbled into a registration paper or document in the Securities and Exchange Commission. Now, mind you, all those documents at the SEC are public documents and they're open to vetting. Now, that being the case, he also says that there are names in there which are linked to the first family, to the first gentleman and the president. We don't know whether this is entirely correct or not. What we promise you is we will vet all this information that we get from Perry Diaz's blog or internet connections, and we will give you more next week, next Thursday, at the same time, on the same Video Mio. Tune in.
Therefore, this is Robert Posadas from Video Mio Inc. Philippines in cooperation with Dr. Gil Santos and Dr. Noli Santos and their respective institutions, saying or inviting you to watch us again, especially for next week's edition on who really owns Smartmatic
And
Thank you.
its relation
and its relation.
to possible political cheating.
Yes.
Okay, you said it, and thank you,
Yeah.
and say thank you also.
Thanks very much. We'll see you again.
See you next time.
Yeah.